All right. Happy Thursday. How are we doing, John?
Great, Tim. Thanks for having me. Thanks for organizing this show. Really appreciate it. Here to get the truth out.
Excellent. I know you're on the other side of the world. What's the proper greeting over there when you're over there? Are you fluent in the native language over there, or do you just
Not at all.
Mhm.
I'm fluent in the spiritual language,
Right.
but the day-to-day language, this is the greeting that I give to everyone.
Hmm.
And, that's the understood greeting, which is, everyone is supposedly seeking like God realization. And, yoga is a Sanskrit symbol. Yoga means
Hmm.
union with God. And so that's actually the point of life. Everyone's like, who am I? What the thing is, whence and whither, where did I come from? That's whence. And whither is, where am I going?
Yeah.
That's the question implanted into every human. But, uh, you know, I'm the only one with proof of whence and whither.
Yeah.
So since I'm the only one, you can't get it from someone else. So they
Right.
all want that, but the ego blocks people from the ability to get there because, you have to go for someone that has proof, and they can't be in India. They're like, some white guy in America? No, like period. That's just the way it is. And then America's like, oh, white men, blah, 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 So in America, nope. So it's funny how, it's blocked from
Right.
everyone's ability. Yet I'm the only one with proof. They're going on. Everyone loves a good fairy tale. That's what they like. They're really not interested in the truth, and I've been putting out the truth for over 10 years. And so here I'm in Mumbai right now in India, and I'm guiding a very few people on a spiritual pilgrimage. It's 5:30 a.m. here right
Yeah.
now. I'm up here, to do the show because this is what it's, normally done back when I'm in the States. So I'm
Sure.
here doing this, and so I'm doing two things at once. I'm trying to keep both organizations going. Really, the Jesus Christ Trust.net that I do is like people come to my financial work, and then they're like, "Oh my God, what? I didn't know all this was true," And then I'm like, "Well, do you want the rest of the truth?" And so because my joke is I hit him in the bottom chakra, where the money is, and then if you're ready to move up, hey, I'm here for that too. And there's after a decade of doing this work, more than a decade with proof, literally the only one in the financial industry, the only one in the truth industry, the only one with proof. Like no one, everyone else has great stories. They have great stories. Don't get me wrong, their stories are fantastic, but after you get through the Mother Goose book, and you read
Right.
the fairy tales and see that they're not true, they're not going to help you at all. They're not going to help you financially. The fairy tales aren't going to help you financially. The fairy tales aren't going to help you spiritually. They're not going to help you. They're empty. They're
Right.
for children. They're made up. Like our reality is, a bunch of BS, and I've exposed the truth. And so if you're into the truth because the truth sets you free, then I can help you. And so at most, and we haven't gotten there yet, but 6 people are supposed to show up here in India. And I'm waiting I'm here with one. And of course, he's the only one that is here. And he already saw God. When I told him, go do this, say your pilgrimage, go to here, already had a vision of God. Already. I'm 1 for 1 this time. And I brought one person in 2019.
Yeah.
He went straight back to the devil after he got paid money. So I'm 2 for 2, but there's still free will.
Yeah.
So I can't act for others, but no, I'm 2 for 2, and on this pilgrimage I'm 1 for 1, and it's been very interesting dealing with the individuals over here, that I speak to about the truth, like I was having dinner the other night here in this hotel here. I'm in the Leela Hotel in Mumbai. Leela means game, like the spiritual game that we find ourselves in. The
Sure.
hotel's named Leela, like it's what we find ourselves in and all this stuff where you want to know the truth and all. In the language here in India, Leela means the game that I talk about, the spiritual game. So this giant hotel chain is named Leela.
Wow.
So and it has at the top it has a big L like in script. At the top of it
Sure.
there's a like a an infinity symbol, and underneath of it an infinity symbol. So 8 times 8 is 64. So 100% they know everything that I'm saying over here, but the ones that know, they actually lack free will,
Hmm.
because we're playing the characters in the game. And one of the things that's going to happen in this pilgrimage is going to Meher Baba's tomb. And one of the waiters was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I told him I'm guiding people, and we're going to go to Meher Baba's tomb. And he said, "Oh, somebody was here before, in the hotel. They did that." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And I say, "Oh, do you want to know the truth?" He's like, "Yeah." I go through some of it with him. And he was here every day working, in the wait staff.
Hmm.
There's like a buffet, and it comes with the breakfast buffet comes with the room and stuff like that. After I told him the truth, he disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, and literally, he's not here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the truth sets you free if you use your free will to, get into it. But really, after a decade, there's 6 people that haven't showed up yet. You know what I'm saying? One has
Mhm.
6 people that showed up. And, the first time I come here to do what I'm helping guiding others, had the Fort Lauderdale shooting hoax. I couldn't get out of my plane, sold my truck the night before that I had been showing everyone the Toyota Tundra thing and exposing the debt is fake. I started out this financial work just, hey, the bank doesn't sign anything, like,
Right.
uh, all debts collected illegally. So, and then showing people how to get out of that. And that became so successful that on all the platforms I could find, I can't even put that on my website anymore. But now I have another, Jesus Christ Trust that is like my skunk works operation, to see on the same platform that I'm on, can I get this information out as coursework, and
Right.
so this episode that we're doing is titled, Liberty Aid Academy price increase. So what I'm doing is when I get back March 10th, if they allow me to do my work here, my spiritual work, which they haven't really before, very easily. It's been very difficult. I'm not saying there's not going to be a hoax that, there was a pandemic, that they got hoaxes. They're ready to do them at any time. And they don't want anyone coming to God for real. Like under here is their goal is to block it and make it very difficult and make it so very few people could come. And after 10 years, 10 plus years of exposing the truth, 6 people,
Hmm.
6 people in the entire human population can I guide. And so if I don't guide it, it can't happen, period. That's not ego. That's just like, oh, if you want to know how to do anything, you go to someone that has done it, and then
Right.
you learn from them how to do it. It's like, how do you lay bricks? It's like, well, I could try on my own, and I'm not going to figure it out,
Yeah.
How do I be an architect? Well, you have to learn from somebody who does it. How are you going to be, an accountant? Oh, you have to learn from somebody that's done it. How you going to do anything? You have to learn from somebody that's done it already. That's just the condition we find ourselves in. So it's been
Yeah.
very interesting after all these years, and the people that have come to me and so on and come to the truth. 6 people is maximal. And plus we find ourselves in a very limited amount of time, you know, like there's not
Right.
much time left. It took me 25 years, straight years, to get to this level of information. 25 years working. And that was just the time I'm counting steadily under my guru, where I just took the orders from somebody that knew.
Right.
I'm not counting time before that. I'm counting time as I just described it. You have to get from somebody that knows. And so I'm only counting that time. As so, how much time do we have left? It's less than 10 years. So, it's really so. Anyway, the price increase, that's the spiritual stuff that I'm doing. And I'll get more into that as I talk through this. But
Yeah. Before we get into that, I just want to say hello to some of the people that came here to say hello to you. I'll bring this up. Daily Bread Ministry Trust. I think that's somebody that's following your instructions.
oh,
Establishment of religious topics. That's a good one. And then First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. I think that's free speech, right?
it might be, yeah.
Yeah. Simon Jake is checking in from Mexico, Baja, California.
I've driven all of Baja. I know the place. It's been a while, but I've driven every bit of Baja, Mexico myself.
DJB Thunder in the
All right.
house. Want to say hello? Gene Hendricks. What proof do you have? Obviously, Gene, you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Right, a demon showed up. Every time now that I go live, there's a literal little fallen angel that comes up, and it'll be self-admitted.
Well, Daily Bread's answering for you. I think the truth is these trusts are a convention established with the IRS, hence the establishment of religion in the First Amendment of the Constitution. So you've got people working for you in there. And then here's a good question. Eric is asking about can we use the trust in Virginia?
Every state,
Every
yes.
state, because the IRS is a national or federal organization, so it covers the whole United States of America, right?
And got the proof now that works in Canada too. And really, oh yeah, here we go.
Federal jurisdiction, yes. Daily Bread batting 1,000 here.
Yeah, batting about 300, which is high batting average. And I'll get into that. Their bat is so low.
Melanie loves you. Just signed up for QLink and got the SIM card in 1 week, but then got an email saying there's a good possibility they'll no longer have free service soon. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't. I've been getting my QLink re-upped even when I'm in Mumbai, and you have to use it every 30 days. But they sent it in me an email. Hey, is there a reason you haven't been using it and stuff? And I click a reason, and they give me 30 days free service. No, so I have learned the exact opposite, Melanie. No, I haven't heard that. And there are many other services out there that do it, not just QLink. So no, maybe they go out of business, but you get it from somebody else. So no, I haven't heard that at all on my end. Nope.
Gotcha. Ali says, love you, buddy. Keep up the good work.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Those are all the questions in there. And
Thanks everybody for commenting. I appreciate it. Thank you for telling me what's on your mind, because I'm here to help you. I'm not here to just blah, 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 blah. I'm not here to tell my own thing. I'm only here to help people. I serve no other purpose. So, what we're talking about, the Constitution of the United States, what happens is the Ingawi Trust, right? What happens is you sign this trust, you're no longer under the Ingawi Trust. Your person is, right? That corporate fiction called a person, a subcorporation of the Igawi Trust, is still, a component of the Igawi Trust. So yes, it's true their constitution has these rules and stuff like that, but they no longer apply to the individual that signs one of these trusts, right? Because we're giving you religious freedom. You're going to allow us to be with our God. Oh, really? Or is that God who does that? No, it's not. You don't give us that right. Our existence gives us that right to be with our Creator. You don't give us that right. No, there's no religious right. There's no spiritual right that you give us to be with God. Our existence allows us to be with God. And so, we're not under the Igawi trust where we do that. The person is. So what's the hack? What's the general hack? You run a trust, own nothing, control everything. You're trustee of the trust. Yes, all the money, assets, all that stuff, whatever you have is under there. It's 100% under your purview, under your control. No one else's. I'm not, trustee. No one else is trustee. You're trustee. That's it. But your person, your sub corporation, and the Ingawi Trust, it doesn't have anything, right? No
Right.
bank account, no assets. You move it over to the trust. And then what? That person, that corporation becomes a vacuum cleaner, right? We take everything we can from the government that we could get for free. Give me the EBT, give me the free phone, like the Q-Link we were talking about, all that stuff.
Yep. The most important aspect of the First Amendment of the Constitution is free exercise of thereof, the establishment of religion that no law prohibits.
Yeah, and so
Right.
that doesn't apply to you anymore. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to your corporate fiction, your person, and that doesn't apply to you. Why? Because I've proven, I've done 50 court cases against the bankers. I did the big one, right? 50 court cases, put it on Facebook, battle the death cage match. I sign the trust. Watch. I can't be jailed. I can't be shot. I can't be killed, right? If you had come, you would have seen the bailiffs with their chains try to come and chain me, put me in a cage. They don't want the truth out. And you would have seen them frozen solid by God in their courtroom, unable to do anything to me. And I say to the judge, "Hey, am I free to go?" And the judge is like, "Yeah, please." No, their laws don't apply.
Can't,
Right?
yeah.
God, we signed this trust, and God watches over us. So yeah, no longer the we, the devil. We're not under that purview. We're not under that First Amendment. That has no application here. That's the point I'm trying to make. Doesn't matter what the Inga we trust their constitution. Yesterday was Constitution Day here in India. I mean, it's just pathetic. A more perfect union. You're with God, and we're going to make a more perfect union. What does that mean? Oh, you're with the devil. So, yeah, you're no longer under that with this trust. That is removed. I have the proof.
Gotcha. Um, Eric says, what bank accepts the trust the easiest?
That's a good question, Eric. Thank you. And that's always going to be wherever you bank right now. There are many other places where you could get, a trust account open, like a lot of banks, that's not an issue. But if you're already banking somewhere, they already, hey, they accepted you as a customer, they took your ID, you're cool with having an account there. So I always recommend wherever you're banking, go there first. If you have two banks, go to those two banks first. And I always recommend always have your trust open at two separate banks at a minimum. Don't go, oh, I got a bank account open. No, 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 no. Two, because
Right.
why? You don't know what you're up against, people you don't know what you're up against, right? There are two species under here. One of them reads your mind. So if you're just going for one bank account, they block you, and then you get befuddled, right? You get like anxious. You're like, oh, this doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. No, go get two. Make a list of 10 banks, include the ones, that I recommend in the classroom. If you got the bundle, if you get this information, you can sign up in the classroom, our online private forum with the school. You go in there, you're like, oh, banking, opening the trust. You go under that heading, and you go in there, and you look, oh, you read all the banks that people gotten accounts open at, the ones I recommend, all that stuff. You just go in there and read them. Oh man, look at all of them. And so do the ones on your list where you currently bank that go through there. Oh man, look at all these. And then you go through that list until you get at least two you're happy with. And so, some of them are online situations. Some of them, are going to be nearby you. So you could go in there, oh, let's slide my, debit card in the ATM. Out comes the money. I go in there, hey, I got a check. Boom, put it in. No problem. Yeah, it's Melanie.
Chase, Wells Fargo, some Edward Jones. I have a local community bank myself, and then I also have the Charles Schwab account opened up.
Yeah, and I
So
bank with Chase, TD, Schwab, Trustco's a local bank that I use. I've used Bank of America. Like I've done a bunch of them. I'm working on HSBC right now, so I could go international. There's just a really long list that people have done. So that's start where you're banking, go into the classroom, into our private forum, go into opening the trust. I go in there and read all the banks and just be like, oh, let me try all of them. What's most convenient to your situation till you get at least two. Why trust the banks, right? They're going to give you your money back if they're like, oh, we're closing. You know what I mean? Like
right.
banks close. They like, and I don't mean like your branch or whatever, but like, like that happens. But I mean, banks are like, oh, we got bought out by somebody else. It's like, okay, well now your accounts with, them. Like TD
Right.
uh Ameritrade got bought by Schwab. And so I did have a TD
Mhm.
Ameritrade account with my trust, and now it's a Schwab account. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, there was an article in Fortune magazine. Don't know if you saw that, but there is a big CEO saying that most of the mid-level banks, the local community banks, county banks, are in deep trouble because they have most of the mortgages for landlords holding commercial properties and all this stuff. And because of COVID and the fact that businesses were shut down for so long, and they, you know, those businesses reevaluating their situations after COVID, resizing, right sizing, whatever you want to call it these days. There are going to be a lot of vacancies coming up. People aren't going to be renewing their leases like they had a couple years ago, and so those banks are going to be gobbled up by Chase and all the city, and all the big guys are going to come and swallow up the small fish
Agreed.
around. And
100% agreed.
they said that I was reading in the article that 65% of the loans for those landlords are through those middle to small banks, mid-sized to small banks. So that's a lot of pressure on the landlords and communities that are going to be hit by that. But the big banks will come in and save the day.
Yeah, and then so where they're limiting our banking options is what you're saying,
Yeah.
but that's why you want to always get two. That's why I say get two accounts open. If you read about Elon Musk, and Tesla, he rents a lot of office space in this one building. He rents a building in California, I think it is, and he just quit paying his rent.
Hmm.
Pretty
Yeah.
smart business decision, and they're still in negotiations on when he might pay his rent. He's still in there. He's
Right.
still in the building, not paying a penny because
Right.
of what's happened to the landlords and stuff. So savvy business people have a building, have a rental space, and just quit paying their rent and
Hmm.
then negotiate out of it.
Right. Exactly. Uh, the other bit saying Florida statute 1.013, the trust is a person. The straw man has constitutional rights and the right to be secure in the trust person with common law applications of tax exemption, which is continued on, which the First Amendment of the Constitution allows the ability of the trust to operate in the common law spectrum of reality. I would say the Constitution does apply in the simple fact that government, is it she writing? I don't see a question in there, but
No, he's trying to refute what I'm saying, but he's just, reading stuff about trust. And so he's talking about a statutory trust, right? Of course, which is what this is a private trust or non statutory trust. In other words, the laws of the state don't apply, right? The laws of God apply. And so just how they created an in God we trust under the we, the devil, it's possible to also at the same level, not under their rules or laws, create the same level trust because the in God we trust exists. Every currency is tied to the dollar, meaning every soul in every country is with the devil currently. So the in God we trust rules everything everywhere. So this trust is the same of the in God we trust. The Constitution does not apply to this trust because it's at the same level. The in God we trust proves it, not rules or laws or constitution of states or the federal laws. None of that stuff applies. The existence of the in God we trust /USA Inc. You could go look it up. Let's bring that up. Let me put this link in because I always get this nonsense about that the devil allows us to have this. No, that's not who does it. God allows it. The existence. I put up a link in there. You can put
yep.
up for people, but their existence of their trust, the God we trust. Every currency is tied to the dollar, so every soul is under right the birth certificate, all that nonsense. It's all under that. Yeah, here it is right here. The God we trust /USA Inc. What's the fairy tale we're told at school, right? Oh, the Declaration of Independence, blah, 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 blah. That's how the Constitution. Okay, well, where'd you sign that thing? Philadelphia. Oh, okay. So I looked up on the Pennsylvania Secretary of State. Where's the Ingot We Trust? There it is right there. But they actually removed it from being viewed under the Secretary of State.
Mm,
Since I did the video, my videos still exist. But
right.
on the topic, when I showed it, you get that video when you become a student of Liberty Aid Academy. I can't put that out in public, but I have it as a private video now. I had it up for years and years and years. But under Dun& Bradstreet, you see, because why does this occur? Under Dun & Bradstreet of Pennsylvania, there it is. Ingot We Trust / is a DBA. That means DBA means DBA, doing business as, is a business term that allows you to operate under two separate business name at the same time. They operate under the Ingot We Trust, it's under, on the dollar, and they operate as USA, right? USA. Obviously,
Yeah.
those are two names that this business called the United States government, those are the two businesses they operate under. Why? Because a trust, right? You can't have credit. Obviously, the USA has credit, right? They got $33 trillion in credit that they're using. Okay. So you cannot get credit from a creditor unless you're registered at the Secretary of State in some state. So I went and looked, oh, where are they going to be registered? They're registered in Pennsylvania. There they are. They're registered. So just like I say, I teach how to register your trust. If you want credit for your trust, there it is right there. So no, it's not the Constitution, it's not Florida laws, none of that stuff. They back up what I say, but those
Mhm.
aren't the things that allow you to open this trust. The existence of the Ingot We Trust / USA Inc., the existence of the United States government, and every currency side of the dollar, the existence of them at the top of the heap allows you to get to the top of the heap too with your trust. That's what allows it, not the rules and laws. That's why you're not batting 1,000. That's why you're, currently batting zero after all the rest of you. You're batting zero. So no, I got the proof, man. And there it is right there. You're looking at it. Sorry.
Yeah. Eric's asking a question about the trust. When I buy the trust, will it tell me how to get the EIN, I believe he wants to say, or do I have to buy the bundle?
No, when you get the trust, it shows you how to open the trust. It doesn't show
Mhm.
you how to do anything with the trust. That's all the rest of it that comes with it, right?
The
That's
other
the
courses.
mentor
Yeah.
program, business finance, all those things tell you what to do with the trust. But no, you get the trust by itself. It tells you, teaches you how to open an EIN, how to get a bank account, all that stuff. It just doesn't tell you how to do any of the other financial stuff. Doesn't tell you how to get your property tax exempt. Doesn't tell you anything like that. So yeah, of course. Yeah, you get the trust, you open your bank account, that's it. But how to do all the other financial hacks, that's in the mentor program and all the other courses that come in the McKeag Mastery Trust. Thank you for that question, Eric.
Andrew's asking Jack, what's the purpose of / in the state registration, like the In God We Trust uses In God We Trust / USA Inc. So the
That
DBA.
means DBA. That when you have a / at a registration, I gotta do it backwards. Here we go. Because I'm home backwards here on the camera. / means DBA. It's a term that's DBA is an acronym that means doing business as. That's a financial term that means you can have two separate names of one business, and you could use two separate names at the exact same time, however you want, for the same business at the same time. That's what the / means. Good
Gotcha.
question.
Daily Bread. When I enter into a criminal case with the trust, on the heading of the document, I put strawman / trust as the defendant name and can accomplish a non disclosure agreement to complete the transaction.
This trust
Sounds
will
like
not be going into court, so you're still batting zero. Batting zero, right? The Ingot We Trust will never be taken into court. There is no court of chancery. Everybody's like, oh, how does this hold up in court? It's never going to court. You're never taking this trust to court. That's never happening. It's a misunderstanding of what is possible. It is not possible. It isn't possible. Not possible to do what you just described. Another bat zero, yo. No. No, that is impossible. Where's a court of chancery? That's the only place you could bring a trust. They don't exist in the United States. They don't exist. Why? Because as I explained before, the in God we trust is here. Your trust is at the same level. They do not have any jurisdiction to do anything about your trust. Nothing. And
Hmm.
so what happens if they were to make a court of chancery? And when, oh, we could take a trust to it. What would happen if they did that? Then I could take the in God we trust to court. Come on. They owe us $33 trillion in every speck of land because they stole it from us. Do they want to have that happen? No, they don't. In fact, I want to go into something else here too, because I got a decade of proof, more than a decade of proof. And that's really, I have more proof of what I'm talking about than the entire rest of the entire human population inside Earth. They don't have any proof of what they're saying. They just are talking about nonsense. They don't have any proof. They don't go to court. They haven't done anything that I've done. The entire rest of the population lacks proof, has less proof than I do. And so they're just, why? Listen to this nonsense about, Mr. Batting a thousand there. I know you try. Listen, I appreciate your questions. I'm giving you a hard time, but I'm being real clear and direct because other people may have these questions. You don't want to say it, so I want to chop it off at the root so people don't get misinformed. But let's talk about your programming, okay? Because everybody's programming you, right? Like a parrot, right? Polly want a cracker. Why does Polly want a cracker? Because you've been programmed to want a cracker. I got an MBA, I got master's in business administration, a master's in accounting, right? That's not good enough for people. Why? I don't have, oh, what if they goes to court? What if you don't have a law degree? You're not a lawyer. Well, guess what? I'm going to have to take time off. I'm going to have to get a law degree. That's the next thing I do is get a law degree and start doing this because I can't really do this paperwork for stuff, like I could, but I don't want to go, be bothered by all the rule makers and all that stuff. Hey, you can't practice law, blah, blah, blah. So one of the things that I'll be doing as soon as I get back is getting a law degree.
Wow.
Why? Yeah, but why? But why? Why? Why is 61 am I going to start that? Because I'm here to help people. That's my only goal. And because of your programming, you don't accept the truth. You don't accept the proof, right? I have more
Mhm.
proof than the rest of the human population put together, and you still don't accept the proof. I'm getting less people, less students, and less of that. So I'm going to have to go get a law degree. And that's better than proof for people. Oh,
Right.
you're a lawyer. Yeah, yeah. Here's my bar card, blah. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So people will be like, and what's going to happen then? I'm going to charge you more money, right? I have to go get a law degree, so I have to charge you money for that, right? I have to put it on you because you don't accept the truth. Eric's still here after asking questions every week, right?
Mhm.
I got so much proof. Eric's still asking questions, still asking questions, still asking questions. If I had a law degree post up there, it'd be like, oh, he's a lawyer. Boom. Yeah. Well, of course, I'm going to charge you a lot more money, right? Because I
Yep.
have to go get the law degree. I take 4 years to do it, right? Then I have to open up a website to, attorney John McKay. I got to do all that stuff. Why? For you, not for me. For you. I already got the proof. I already can help you. I already have all the information. I already make it super affordable. But that's not good enough for everyone. That's not good enough for the human population because of your programming. So for you, I'm going to go get, 2 master's degree, not enough. I'm going to go get a doctorate and a bar card. That's why my next progression of this work. Yeah, here we go. Nuh-uh.
It says
It always gets down to nuh-uh. Here comes the nuh-uh.
because Florida statute, the trust gives you trust powers as an attorney in fact.
Yeah, yeah. No, an attorney of fact. In other words, I could do this. I could do it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. A bar card is not required. It's required for your programming.
Right.
Your programming. Yours. Because Daily Bread Ministry is in here. Oh, no, these are the laws. These are the laws. Yeah, whatever. But you're wrong because I just proved the In God We Trust is up here. This trust is at the same level. That's why when I went into Chase Bank, the first time I did this trust, the devil literally sat next to me. The devil sat next to me and offered me $485 million cash to not open up this trust. Yeah, no. Oh, so set no souls free. Me, I was set no souls free. And that wasn't the only offer, right? Offered to carve up all the land of this earth. a cash
Mhm.
deposit that day, almost 500 million. No, you didn't miss the price change, Eric. You did it. It's March 10th is when it changed. March 10th. When I get back from India, prices go up. I'm also going to add back into the bundle my time. You're going to get a consultation. I'm going to add back on the website that consultations be open. I'm going to add back into the concierge package where I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, all that stuff. I'm going to add that back in. I'm also going to add back in some like how to get out of debt is going to go into the package. That's over my skunk work stuff over on jesuschristtrust.net. How to beat any foreclosure. I'm going to put that into it. So it's going to have more value. It's going to have my time. It's going to have more stuff. I'm going to put that in there because what? You're programming again. Like, what if I can't talk to this guy? Maybe that's not legit. So fewer people have gotten this, fewer students, because you can't actually get my time. Why? Because I'm on spiritual pilgrimage, guiding people to the truth of God, and successful at that, by the way, the only one. And so, I'm adding all that stuff back in to beat your programming. The prices have to go up because my time has to go into it, all this other information I have to back up, and so on. So, it's going up. It's going up. And the reason is because of you, because of you people. That's because of the human population is going up, not because I want to. I kept it as affordable as possible, but you're not allowing me to do that. And then it's going to progressively go up as I go through getting my law degree and doing that, and then it's going to go way up. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to have
Mhm.
the option to prepare all the documents, do all the processes for you. Then it's going to go shooting through the roof, shooting through the dome. It's going to go way up because what? I'll be going after a more affluent, you know, group of
Clientele.
population. Because what? They don't read nothing. They don't. They have money. They like the lawyer reads. The lawyer does all that stuff. So I'll be doing it for them. You know what I'm saying? In fact,
Right.
I'll have to be trustee on some people's trust because they're like, well, okay, you be trustee? Yeah, sure, I could do that for you now. Yeah, I got my bar card. I could do it for you. So I actually is going to make it worth less to you. The more affluent, just they're the laziest part of the population. So I'll have to do more for them, but it'll bring more people to this, which is my ultimate goal, is to set more people free, give the government less taxes, less money, give you or your family, right, more money, got not paying them your jurisdiction. What'll it go up to? It's going to go back to the price where it was before to start with, right? It's going to go back up to $24.97 for the package. So extra $1,000 is what it's going to be immediately. So, and then all the individual courses are going to go up, and my time is going to go up to a higher price and all that stuff. So, you know, that's where it's going. It's going north because of you, because you're not signing up, because Eric still asks questions. Everybody's so blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So let me go get the sheepskin, right? Let me go get the bar card, because you can't listen, can't follow the truth. That's not good enough. The truth and proof isn't good enough. So I'm going to go do that. So you forced me to charge you more money. That's fine. In fact, most of these people, are going to be by the time I get my law degree, I'm going to price you out of this. I'm going to go
Mhm.
after a more affluent crowd because I'm wasting my time down here with you people. You can't get over your programming. You can't do it. And that's on you. That's not on me. I have all the proof, all the information, more proof than the rest of the population of the entire earth combined. Everyone's just telling stories, made up fairy tales. You didn't go to court. You didn't find out. I did. I invited you. I did it in public. I've done all this proof over a decade, showing my non-disclosure agreements, right? Unredacted social security card posted on YouTube, unredacted passport on YouTube, unredacted driver's license on YouTube, all the court documents that I ever had, all of them. I've done all of that over a decade. Still not enough.
F.
Yeah,
Thomas says he paid the higher price initially, over $2,000. So
yeah.
I
So I
I
knocked.
got lucky because I got the 1,500 to $1,600 one, and it paid me back in the first 6 months when I
Yeah,
when
the
my
payback,
real
the
estate took a
ROI
hit.
on this is out of
Yep.
hand. People make so much money back, and I don't even count taxes. I don't even count not doing taxes. What I actually am breaking all the castes, right? Castes, like in India, they're different classes, right?
Right.
Oh, you don't have any money, so you can't be a doctor, you can't be a lawyer. No, you get a trust, you go get any degree you want. You can get an MD degree, you can get a law degree. You can completely change your class, completely change how much money you can make. You completely and never pay one single penny of your student loan and still have great credit. I
Mhm.
change everyone's ability to be in a different class. I'm doing that currently, and I will continue to do that. Liberty Aid Academy is going to stay open, just the prices are going north. So more north over time as I get this, law degree and all that stuff. That's on you. That's not on me because I'm not getting anyone anymore. I'm advertising, paying Google like $5,000 a month to get this word out. Nobody's posting my videos out there and all this stuff. No one's doing that. I got Fallen Angel, Gene Hendricks. Yeah, but this stuff doesn't work. Man, what are you talking about? I got a decade of proof. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Here's another
Well,
one right here.
Peggy Schindler says the trust has kept me from losing my condo, proving they can't take it. Since 2018, they try again and fail. The trust is so powerful.
Thank you, Peggy. See, Peggy flipped her switch. She used to be on the other team completely, talk shit about me all the time. And now, oh, a save your condo. Yeah. I prove that any foreclosure seizure can be beaten. Yeah, they could do the paperwork of a foreclosure, but they can't take your property. Living proof. I have a lot of it and a lot of testimonials to that fact, too.
Thomas says he still needs his one-on-one with you, John. So I
Yeah,
guess
I'll
when
be
you come
back for
back,
maybe
you'll book
on
that.
March 10th. That's right. If you got a consult from previously, we'll hook you up and you get on my calendar and we'll be Zoom talking. Zoom.
PW says, does this work on utilities?
I don't know what that question means. Does it work on
Mm,
utilities? I don't know.
I
It,
think
it has worked. Let me put it this way. My work has shut down the pipeline in the Dakotas. That was a utility that it completely shut down. And when I did the paperwork, when I helped somebody do the paperwork, Obama come on the news and said, oh, that pipeline controversy is over. So yeah, it works on utilities, like an actual utility. Oh yeah, my work works on a utility. Yeah, but
I
that's not
think
what you got, right?
I think they might mean, can you get free gas and electric, working through the
That
trust?
depends on your location. Like someone in Texas posted their proof, a few years ago. Like that's not available. They don't have free stuff like that in Florida. Why? Because Florida has great weather.
Mhm.
The more north you go, the more horrible your existence is because the winter is harsher, and so they give away more free stuff. Like Alaska's, like they pay you a check every month if you're going to live there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like so, there are more things, more like utilities and things, more free stuff they give away to be in the horrible states. I'm in the only good one. So not that they're, Florida is great on its own because it's still a slave state like the rest of them, but we have the best weather. On the West Coast, right? They got a cold ocean. We got a warm ocean and warm weather in Florida.
nice. Steve's got a question statement here. Uh, I just got a 1099 in the mail today showing an income of 51K from sales commissions. They were supposed to put it in the name Stephen Hirsch Trust, but instead they put it under just Stephen Hirsch. And since no money in my personal account, can I just ignore this even if the IRS tries to collect from me?
100%. The IRS can't get nothing ever
So
because
he's going to put the commission. I believe if I'm reading this right, came to Stephen Hirsch instead of Stephen Hirsch Trust, but he's still going to deposit it into the trust and not report to the IRS.
Yeah, I mean that's 100% possible. But even if they wrote Stephen Hirsch, if you had done a W-9, right? That's how a 1099 happens. If you do a W-9, they use the EIN from your trust. So even if they just write down Stephen Hirsch and don't write Stephen Hirsch Trust, you know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
is still under the EIN. So let's go over this now. Even this trust doesn't report, right? 501 IRS code is 508C1A, and it doesn't pay taxes 508C1A and 6033. It doesn't report. It doesn't do either of those things according to the IRS. And so if you fill out a W-9 and you're, doing something, commission, whatever happens, uh, the W-9 for whoever you're interacting with financially, right? They don't know whether you're tax free or not. They don't know. What is required when someone is, gets a W-9 is at the end of their annual period, they create 1099s. That's a form in triplicate. The entity that creates them, right, that 1099, they keep one, they send one to you, and they send one to the IRS, right? The IRS gives this designation to this trust. So the IRS isn't expecting you to report anything. So that 1099, yeah, you got it, but you don't have to do anything with it. You get it?
Got it. And he said the W-9 was in Stephen Hirsch, and he changed the W-9 at the end of the year to the trust as per your direction.
There you go. So it's all solved, you see?
Here's a good one. Andrew says, don't complain about the prices. I got the old bundle that didn't include everything as it does now for $2,500. And now I continue to purchase each product a la carte, and I keep buying because the trust works.
Thank you, Andrew. I agree with you completely. Just like Tim was saying, you get paid back. Hey, Steven, no problem. That was a great question. I've gone over this over the years many times, but you're having a real world, right now happening question that obviously has a major financial impact in your life due to those numbers and stuff. Yeah, no problem. It's not a problem. That's why. The information they give away at these prices are ridiculous. And within, by the summer, the price is going to be going up again too, because I'm going to have to focus on getting a law degree and put my time into that and helping people. It's going to be really hard on me to do that, especially at my age. So like, it's not going to be easy, but the reason I'm doing it is, well, for two reasons. One, I'll be able to help people more. And two, I'm going to start suing all the people that have stolen my copyrighted work. All these people out there, doing this trust work and stuff, they stole it from me, my ex-employees and stuff, and all the rest of them. I'm going to be suing all of them. Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. I love going to court. I'm going to take them all to court. I'm going to take all their money, take all their assets. They're not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to roast them over the grill, going to show proof. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I'm going to really enjoy that. And so I'm going to be shutting all them down because what they do, all the people that work for me and stuff, they don't even have a college degree, let alone 2 master's degrees, 30 plus years of business, all my decade plus of proof in this work in particular. They don't even have a college degree. They're ruining people's finances. They can't answer questions like Steve just asked me. I'm like, no, this is how you break down a 1099. But they can't do that. They're ruining families. They're ruining individuals financially, saying they know what's up in trust. They don't know nothing. They're trying to copy my work and stuff. They don't know anything. They haven't proven anything. They haven't done any of this work. They're just ruining people. I'm going to put them all out of business. And I'm doing that for you too, because they're wrecking people's lives. They're my competition now, but they're really not because they don't have any proof, but they're really getting people because the devil's promoting them. I have like how many followers after a decade plus on my YouTube channel? Like 5,000. And you go to one of these trust influencers or stuff, they'll have like 25,000 followers and stuff. Devil just like push them out there, push them out there. Why? Because they're wrecking people's lives. I'm going to put them all out of business. And if they don't take them off of YouTube, I'll sue YouTube. They got plenty of money. I'll sue Facebook. They got plenty of money. I'm going to take all their money.
Yeah.
I'm going to take all their money. What? That'll shut them up.
F. Thomas asking, will you specialize in being a trust attorney or an estate attorney?
And a tax attorney. Yes.
Tax attorney,
and a copyright lawyer. Yes, because I'm going to take them all for my copyright. Yes, I will be. Oh, yeah. Why not? I mean, I can't get to you otherwise. So I have to do this based on your programming because these fairy tales, these liars are out there getting all the people to do this and then destroying their finances. You know what I mean? Okay, great. So now all you people with your programming, all you parents that believe, get told this and just repeat it. I need the state laws of Florida. I need the Constitution. What are you talking about? What? You ain't been paying attention at all. So that's
Here's
why I
a
got.
here's a catch 22 type question. Jack, if they worked for you and have your bulletproof trust set up, how can even you penetrate it? And will you record the courtroom?
I'll be
Curious.
going after their person. I won't be going after their trust. I'll be going after their person. And do you think YouTube is under a trust? No. Think Facebook is under a trust? No. I'll be going after the big money players and I'll make them like drop it down hard on the other ones who got their influence off their channel. You see, off their platform. I'll have YouTube shut them down. I'll have Facebook shut them down. I'll go after them. I'll go after the big dogs on top of them, then they'll shut them down and then their influence goes away. Good question. That's how I'm going to do it.
There you go. Andrew says, "Hey Jack, can we use the / with the trust registration for a business or a name of a trustee for the DBA?"
I mean, you can, but that's not really the way you need to do it. Like, first of all, you don't need a DBA to do anything. You just
Hmm.
don't need one. So the reason you can do a DBA, there's usually a state form you fill out if you want to. You pay a small fee and then you register a DBA. Like, but you don't really need to do it because like I'm not operating under Liberty Aid Academy Trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's getting paid? Jesus Christ Trust is actually the name of the trust that gets you the payment gateway to get that. So it doesn't have to relate to the name of your website or your business. Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
There's no necessary link up because it's not like, we're not in the days of old before the internet and stuff like that, and websites and stuff like that. There are only so many website names available. You can't get an exact matching website name URL to your business. That's like not even possible anymore. So they don't hold you to them rules and stuff like that. No one expects that your business name is going to exactly match your URL and all that stuff. This doesn't have to match it anymore. So it doesn't even have to be a close match. It can be totally a different name, and they don't care about that stuff anymore. So you don't really have to register a DBA. You don't really have to. So the main reason people get DBAs is like the Ingot We Trust gets a DBA as subterfuge to hide, to make it seem like they're not an Ingot We Trust, that they're USA, so they're just lying and hiding. That's why you get like a DBA. You don't really need it for other reasons. You can get one. Yes, you can. You just look up in your state, wherever you are, like, how do you register a DBA? And there'll be a form that pops up. You pay a small fee, register like that. That's the way to do it. Good question.
Um, Question from me: since you're coming back in March and going to be raising the prices and changing the program, are we going to keep this program going on Thursday evenings, like the
Oh
way we
yeah,
do?
100%, 100%. Like, people expect to be able to come here, ask questions, and all that stuff. I want to keep a live event going because this is what the other influencers they don't have. First of all, do you even have proof that they have a body, or are they just a demon in the ether? Probably number two. I post up my location, right? My actual address of where I live and all that stuff. People could come by and be like, hey, Jack, hey, they have. Hey, how you doing? you know, like it's all real. I'm real. I'm a physical form human being that has an address, has a driver's license. I posted all this stuff. They don't have any of that information. They're just a
Right.
demon in the ether, right? They're not even physical form beings. Most of the people doing this work out there, and they all stole it from me. So
So we're going to shut them down. Melanie says, when choosing the name for trusts, is it a good idea to go to the SOS Secretary of State and make sure no one is using that name?
no, not necessarily. No, not really. I mean, you can do that, but first of all, let's just get into this one piece. The only reason to register your trust at a Secretary of State is to build credit for it, right? You don't have to do it to open a bank account or use this trust or nothing like that. It's just, oh, do you want to get credit cards in the name of your trust and stuff? I teach how to do that. That's a necessary step only for that reason and no other reason. But no, if you look up like a name of a business and stuff, first of all, the IRS doesn't give out infinite EINs to, like, if they're somebody has like Jesus Christ Trust, like I have, other people have got that name for a trust, they're not going to keep on giving out EINs for that one over and over and over and over. They're going to limit how many names Jesus Christ Trust can have, and they're not going to give an EIN for it. At some point they'll be like, well, there are enough of them. And so the IRS will kind of limit how many EINs they give out, make you make another name. There obviously, if the first trust I recommend people get is your first and last name trust, like John
Right.
McKeag Trust. And so there aren't going to be that many of them. You're always going to be able to get an EIN. And so there aren't going to be that many registered at any Secretary of State under first and last name trust. So, and at Secretary of State, they just care if you have an EIN. They don't mind registering, however many, trusts, until there are so many of the same name. There can be absolutely multiples of a single name trust. That's fine. It's only when you get up to super many of them does then the Secretary of State consider limiting it. So it's not really a concern. Nah, it's not really, Melanie. Good question, though. Good question, Melanie, but nah, it doesn't really matter.
Andrew says, great answers tonight, which is very good. And Melanie says, I want to go all the way. I love the consistency of Thursday lives. Thank you for doing all of this. And I'm super excited for me and my dad to get started.
All right.
Oh, thank you so much for answering all these questions. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. I've also proven that the name is Jesus Christ. I can't be killed, right? Can't be jailed and all that stuff. There ain't no Yah. So you better sort that out. No one has proof they could do anything in that name. No one has any proof. It's all made up nonsense. Another fairy tale I have busted with my proof. So go with proof, right? Don't go with fairy tales. But yeah, no, I'm here, and we're getting to the end. Probably Tim's going to jump in here. He's got an 8 o'clock every time, and so he's on here for an hour. I'm on here for an hour. So if you got any final thoughts, any final stuff, like let's wrap it up. Nobody came live. Come on, what's up, all you people? Come on, where were you? You should have jumped in the live here. Maybe next week. Think about it. All you people that done all this work, Andrew, all you people are like, hey, this works, and all you people, Peggy could have come on here live. People could have seen your face. What you would have done the second law, right? There's 2 commandments: love God and love your brothers and sisters. You only do in number 1. You're only loving God. You didn't love your brothers and sisters. You didn't get in here and show your face. You didn't show there was proof. So you're not under the 2 laws. You ain't going to heaven. You consider going to heaven instead of where you're going by your actions. Consider that. Look at my face. Look at Tim's face. I know where he's going. I know where I'm going. So you should consider doing the same instead of what's going to happen to you. Think about it.
All right. And there you go. Andrew says he'll jump in next week. Thank you. Thank you. Jack, show us India videos of yourself there.
I have put a couple of shorts up over on the channel. So yeah,
Very
all right,
good. And Sonny wants you for president.
Then I get I would have sold my soul. Come on, the devil already made the offer. I could have been president, but no, thank you. Right. No,
and Sonny says spread the love. Well, very good. Well, we'll be back again next week. Stay well, Jack, and stay rested. And we'll be back. Enjoy the sunrise where you are in just a little while. And thank you very much. I always learn something every show, and I'm glad to participate. So thank you.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for organizing, Tim. It's great for everyone. Really appreciate it.
And Peggy, it's really not hard. I post a link inside if you're not inside, but next week I'll post a link here in the chat. So if you want to jump in, and I see your friendly face on the other side, I'll bring you on screen. It's as easy as
literally click on the link and it pulls up, and that's the only thing you have to do. You go click.
Yep.
That's all.
And I'll bring you right in, and we'll take good care of you inside here. I agree. President might change the politics. Yeah. All right. Before we get political, thank you very much, Jack. And I'll see you next week. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, everyone. Next week.
And there.